What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. No gender fluid parenting. I saw Pink Book Lessons bring up this older clip about a mother undermining her father, her husband, parenting her sons. And Steve Harvey says something. He said, only a father could teach those boys how to be men. And then I thought about it. He's like, he says, I got daughters and I got sons. I raise my sons different than I do my daughters. And I thought about the people who keep talking about all of this gender equality and no gender roles and gender fluidity. You would undermine your son and raise him to be less of a man. And you would raise a son to be more comfortable being gender fluid, but you don't raise your daughters to be that. And there was a recent thing where I think Trevor Noah was doing it wasn't a special, but it was like a father and a daughter having the talk. And the talk is a talk that fathers and mothers have with black boys about, the police, tending to yes, sir, no, sir, keep your composure, because if you don't, they're going to look for a reason to kill you. But in this one, they had to talk with their daughter. And even the women who felt like it was disingenuous, there were women who felt like it was disingenuous because they know that the daughters will not experience that, the sons will. And you're just using the daughters as political pawns to make people feel sorry about the situation that predominantly black boys and young men and men go through. And I was like, well, if that's the case, which it is, then that means under no circumstances did you actually prepare the girls to be black, under the same umbrella as black boys or black men, because you wasn't raising the girls to say, look, you're gonna be just like a black man, and you're gonna be the last hired and first fired. You didn't tell her that. You didn't tell her that. You didn't tell her that, be careful when you're dealing with law enforcement situations, because the cops will shoot you because you're a black woman. You didn't tell her that. You didn't tell her that. You didn't tell her that, the quote unquote school or prison pipeline affects you the same way it would your brother. You didn't tell her that. Because it's not true. You didn't become gender fluid when it came to parenting the daughter. Now, some of y'all might bring up how you see, parents letting the son embrace his femininity or feminine energy. But the closest you're going to get to a woman embracing her masculine or masculinity or masculine energy is being a feminist who doesn't like men. But she's not socialized actually to be in a man's position. You don't tell your daughter, even your gynocentric or feminist or matriarchal daughter, that she's going to have to protect and provide for the family when she becomes a wife. You don't tell her that. There's no gender fluidity in that. You don't say that. We're going to raise you to have a career so you don't have to depend on no man. So when you decide to get married, you can get on one knee and propose to him and buy him a ring and pay for the wedding and pay for the honeymoon and take care of him for the rest of your days, to death do you part, through sickness and health, and rich or poor. You don't say that. You don't say that. You don't, because I'm raising you to be a strong, independent woman. The same way you don't raise the boys to be a strong, independent man, gender fluid, because if he did that, he wouldn't. You raise him to be effeminate, but you don't raise him to be a strong, independent black man, because he's always gotta be the backup plan for the strong, independent woman. He's always got to be the person that takes the weight off of her shoulders. So when I think about parenting and how there's no gender fluidity when it comes to that, it's a farce altogether, because it's only something that young adults are, and once again, I've talked about this years ago. People in the college age group, they hear these theories and beliefs and ideals and idea systems, and they run with it and go with it until they become a certain level of an adult and they realize this is not going to work. As a matter of fact, it's detrimental to me, and I'm not doing this. So this is where it becomes a problem. Such a problem that, they become parents and realize I'm not parenting my kids this way, because it's setting them up for failure. So that's why I said there's no gender fluidity in parenting. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.